Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be for you, and welcome back to another part of our DayZ Intenz playthrough. It's around about 9 a.m. on the dot, Wednesday, the 2nd of July, as we come in to a slightly low pop server. There's about 22 players on, roughly, and it's about 7 a.m. in the server time, so we should have plenty of daylight today for both parts. We're going to be recording back to back, parts 7 and 8. And we logged off after looting the prison, needing sleep at some point, but we're not going to do that now. We're going to probably do that in between episodes. I reckon we'll be able to get through the next hour without sleeping. We'll see. If we need to have a little 5-minute nap, that's what we'll have to do. But I hope you're enjoying the series so far. It's doing quite well. And we're hitting 100 likes pretty much every episode. So if you could do that, do your bit again, and help your boy out with a like, it would be massively appreciated. Massively. Gives me the motivation to keep recording more of these episodes. And we're still in autumn, as you can see. I thought Streetman might have put this to winter yesterday, being as it was July the 1st. He hasn't, so we're going to get 2 more parts. At least, with it being autumn, I'm pretty sure this is only going to be a 2-month wipe. I think I've spoken about it in other episodes. There was an enforced second wipe, if you like, because of some data issues. I had to remind myself what loot we had. I will ring off our clothes and show you what we're looking at in terms of statistics. Obviously we've got the rack, we've got the SSG found over the prison, we've still got the FNX. What condition is the rack in? Oh, it's all pristine, that's cool. I know the FNX is still got a damaged mag, and there's the stats. We haven't got any skills to put in, if you like, but we'll keep on top of things. We don't want to catch a cold if we can help it. And also wringing out our clothes will give us a bit of extra stamina. So while it's not raining, we'll do that. We don't expect to go back in the water. We want to go down to the next town. I mean, it could be risky hitting the well, but the well is pretty close to a hunting store. Is it worth risking that hunting store before going down towards west evacuation, seeing if there's a train convoy on the way? And seeing if we can get any juicy loot down the tents, particularly while it's lower population. While we're light blue temperature, we wouldn't be able to sleep either without getting a fire, so I'm hoping wringing out these clothes will get us back up to white. The military clothing is quicker to wring out as well, which is good. Even when it's drenched, soaked, it should only take 2 rotations. Let me just, I need to check as well how much ammo I've got for this SSG. I know the rack mag isn't full. Now the SSG is full and we've got spare. Oh, why isn't the rack magazine full then? Because we've got ammo there. What am I doing? Is it full? Yeah, it is. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm playing at. It's because it doesn't chamber. It takes 1 bullet out of the magazine. That's what it is. Okay. Can't do that. You can't wring those out, so we're going to have to put up with the rest of our clothing being wet. So, if we wanted to sleep, and we're going to need to sleep, I'm going to have to get a heat buff and risk a fire somewhere. Probably would be better to do it in the trees. I'm pretty sure we've got an abundance of lighters, and we could just use that flare. If we would pick it up, that would be fantastic. Oh my goodness. It is the tackle box of dreams. About time we got our hands on one of them. We can save a bit of inventory space and protect our hooks by putting some fishing gear in them. And if we get shot or battered by the zombies or wolves, anything inside that tackle box should be protected. What's that over by the rock there? Is that another fishing boat, or is that... No, I think that's a dinghy. I think that is a dinghy that's been parked up. Or is it a fishing boat? No, it's a fishing boat. Okay, get your eyes tested. Come on, come on. Part 2 might be slightly less than an hour because we've got the server restart IRL coming up at 11 AM and I started recording this at 9. So we'll either cut this one a little bit shorter than an hour or Sunday's episode will probably be a bit shorter than an hour. We'll see how we get on. I was hoping to get a can of soda so I didn't have to go into the well. As you can see, there is no military convoy, the one that we looted last time, and it was pretty poor. We haven't got lucky and spawned into another one. There is a temptation of getting a quick fire and a heat buff and sleep. Drying out the rest of our clothes and equipment as best as we can. What's that over there? I thought I just saw some movement then over the top of that train track. We don't want to get complacent just because it's fairly low pop. This is a really popular loot route, particularly for the big boys who want to get some top loot down at the West Evac Tents. If we set a fire here, we're going to be obviously saying, hello, here we are. And we've just hit white temperature as I say that. So we don't need to. I think we're going to be okay to be able to get a nap and just get it up to white chunked moon. Because what we don't want to do is be looting a military area like West Evac and then hit red sleep and be crawling around. There seems to be a lot of zombies here. I hope this isn't an event. You know, you get the missions, a mission area. It could be. I don't know what the mission areas are off the top of my head, and I don't think we've got a... Where's my bag? Attachments. No, we haven't got a radio to turn it on and quickly see if there is a mission. Oh my god, is that food in there? Has someone been planting? I think there's food there. I think it's worth taking a little look. Let's get the rack out. Maybe we creep into this shed. Sort the inventory out a little bit and see if we can grab some free food. If there is food here. Looks like there is. A lot of zombies. Yeah, there's peppers here. Okay, we're never going to look a gift horse in the mouth and turn that down. Just want to check what we've got. See, we've got the tackle box of dreams now. So we can put the flare we just picked up there. And we can put a few of these hooks onto the tackle box. Sorry if you can hear anything IRL outside my window. We've got people talking IRL outside. I think people are moving in. The house has been up for let next door to me for a while, and I think they're moving in. So it is what it is. Can't help it. The tackle box of dreams. We've got one slot. So we can put a battery in there maybe. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. We've still got some room for peppers then. What else have we got in the tackle box of dreams? We still need some gas if we want to be able to cook on the fly. So we'll try... Oh, I've already got a bottle of water. Let's drink that now in case we want to hit the well. Maybe we won't end up going to West Evacuation until part 8. If we take our time here to get some sleep. Maybe get a heat buff. Hit the well, get some peppers. You can tell by the way that zombie is staggering that it is a zombie. If we're going to get peppers, if we're going to get a heat buff, we might as well cook the peppers. This zombie's going to have to go. I think I just saw a runner. I hope it was a runner. Let's go in here and get the stamina back up again. This zombie is on to us, so we're going to have to deal with it. Not ideal, him screaming like that. While he's down, we might as well search him while he's right outside the shed. He's got another lighter. We don't need another one, let's be honest. A lot of zombies around here. Ah, look, someone's been in here. Whether it was the person who grew the peppers or it was someone just We're in a real vulnerable position doing this, but I think it's worth it for free food. We don't need a Cobra site. We get blasted, you know? We start again. You know we're going to do this series as long as people are still enjoying it. We're going to keep doing this series right through to the end of Wipe, so we can't expect to survive for the rest of this without dying again. Particularly as we plan on going inland eventually. Let's not go bonkers and spend too much time in a greenhouse, completely vulnerable. Let's edge our way around to the well, because from the well you get a good view of the street, the main street, which leads up to the hunting store. You never know, we might get something really juicy. What's that? Medication? It's for mental health, that medication. I don't think we need it. Inventory space, a premium on Intenz. We will take that, though. I was saying we don't need to hit the well now, really. Well, we're right by it, so we might as well fill our bottle up, but we haven't got to spend ages there now. Unfortunately, the cans with Tertia, the sodas, etc., used to give you a boost towards your sleep. Give you an energy boost. They don't do that anymore, which is a shame. See, we did have room for more peppers, but let's not get greedy. We're already chunked apple. Going up slightly because of that can. Stealth up to 3, nice. Can opener? Pretty sure we've got one. Let's double check. Don't want to give up a possible can opener. We did have one, but it was damaged, so we'll take the pristine one. Let's go around this way. And we wouldn't be able to sleep. See, again, we've hit light blue. Would need a fire to get that buff. I wonder who's been planting all the way down here, down west. Good on them, though. And we know we saw that dropped Cobra site in the greenhouse, so someone's been around. And there's normally quite a few zombies around this hunting store, and there doesn't seem to be. My god, there's another free soda there. Skate sneaks? I think it's worth doing that. We lose the slot for the knife. But we've got room in the bag for the knife anyway. And we swap our sneaks out while our boots were damaged anyway. Now, is this field going to be full of zombies like it can be? One there. I'm thinking now, get a buff. It's starting to rain. We're likely to get cold again as our clothing gets soaked. The problem is, can we get sticks for a fire without them getting wet? I'd rather do it in this house. It's slightly easier to protect than others. And what I would do, I would leave my gloves here. Have we got any boxed ammo we can use? The kindling doesn't look like it. Don't want to use any of these, so it's going to be a little bit of a hassle. We can get sniped from this window if somebody takes a position up there, so we are going to have to be careful. We've still got bloody hands, I've just noticed that, so we've got to be really careful when eating. I'm just thinking, did I just drink from that can with bloody hands? I don't think it matters. I'll be honest with you, I don't think you can get sick that way. But that was almost a huge schoolboy error. I'm pretty sure drinking from cans doesn't matter. We'll soon find out, even if it's the hard way. Look at this, the kindling's damp because it's raining outside. There's not a lot I can do about this. Do you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to wash my hands before I forget. We don't want to be making that schoolboy error. We just got away with one, I think. In terms of getting a heat buff, I think that plan has just gone out the window because everything we get for kindling and sticks is going to be wet. So I think we're just going to have to push on. I may have to wait before doing the next part, recording the next part, until after the restart and get a buff and get some sleep in between episodes for you guys. But I'll let you know what I did, obviously. Yeah, this is a bit risky, going down west here without getting our sleep up to white chunks, but what can you do? Raining. Sounds like that is probably Pavlovo Military Hospital getting dynamically gas bombed. A potential target for us in a future episode, maybe. That military base. Lots of goodies to be had there. Starting to run out of room though, aren't we? I know we can eat the peppers. We can eat our way to having more room. We would have got more nutrition from them had we cooked a few. But like I say, without the fire, without any heat packs to give us an artificial buff, what are you going to do? We'll just keep plodding on west. And I'm pretty sure it's going to mean we're going to need to get sleep in between episodes when it stops raining, when my character can get back up into white temperature and just sleep in the woods, really. I've not forgotten about that cobra site in the greenhouse. It is a bit overcast, but I'm, again, slightly against putting the gamma on. I'd rather you see things from my perspective. The rain is unfortunate. The fact that we can't get the buff. Because even with taking our gloves off, as soon as we cut that bark off the tree, it became damp. If it wasn't raining and we took our gloves off that were wet, we'd get away with it then. But the fact that it is physically actually raining now meant we're a bit stuffed. We can sprint because we're full water, full apple, with food on us as well. A lot of players will just take the main road, see, believe it or not. They don't stick to the tree line. So I like to keep an eye on the road when I'm making my way down to areas such as this. Have we got a dynamic train convoy? I don't think we have. That would have been nice, because a lot of military loot spawns on them. We should be approaching the gas station, which can get dynamically gassed, I believe. And could be a stopover point for people. There's deer down here, but we haven't got the capacity to carry the meat. We could get some free hunting points just for killing the deer, but I honestly don't think one 5.45 round will kill it. I think it would take 2 shots, even a headshot, because you have to go through the ranks, if you like, through the perks to enable yourself. Look at that. As it's soaked, I'm just going to swap it out. It's like a temporary measure of getting us slightly warmer. I do prefer the colour as well. The brown colour is nice. The phange is bigger than the kitchen knife. Otherwise, I would take it. Look, it's 4 slots. So what I'll do is that. There you go. Even it's damaged rather than badly damaged. So it's an improvement still. See that? The science. the science. We just proved the point there that the deer will tank. Oh, 545. Trying to catch it with the second shot while it's moving. That was a bit much, to be honest. Hoping for that. Yeah, we've now given away our position. If anyone's down yet, that was the problem with taking on that shot. But I just wanted to prove the point on Tertia. If your hunting skill is very low, even quite high caliber rounds won't put a deer down anyway, a big stag like that, even with a headshot, which is a shame. But yeah, maybe we shouldn't have taken the shot, given away our position. I was hoping the wind and the rain might cover it a little bit. The SSG is not the loudest rifle in the world. Quickly reload while we're still moving. In case we get into any shenanigans. Is it stopping raining? I think the rain is stopping. Is it stopping raining? Maybe we put that the other way around. Is the rain stopping? I think it is. Easing up. Zombie scared the shit out of me, can't lie. Our stamina is woeful. We have got that stealth perk to apply. We're going to get into the trees before we do it. Unfortunately, getting the old toes wet again. Very overcast. I know it's going to be quite dull for you on your TV or your phone watching this, but like I say, trying to keep it as realistic as possible. The gamma can look grainy. We'd put it on if it was, of course, essential. Pulled the close quarter gun out there because I've fished and cooked under that bridge before, so why wouldn't anyone else have the same idea? So always have a look under bridges. People think it's a very low-key place to fish, sort out their loot. It is. It is a good place, but this next bridge here that we're looking at opposite is another one where I've caught players lacking, if you like. I've been under that bridge cooking before on this server, and I've heard someone run over the top of me while I was mid-cast fishing. And if you know, you know, you'll remember it was night time. And I managed to track the player down while he was looting the cars along this road. He was shooting zombies with a deagle, and the flash of his gun gave him away, and I managed to get him with a nade. Probably the best nade of my life on DayZ. Because it was in the dark, and it was basically aiming at muzzle flash, so there you go. Shame it was pitch black and we couldn't really turn it into a short. That's another story. The zombies are usually quite prolific along this stretch of road. In and amongst the cars, just hovering about. You can just about make the cars out through there. The cars are a very good place to look for tins of food and other stuff, good stuff. So don't be surprised if you see a player making their way through the cars, killing the zombies. You can sometimes hear suppressed shots if it's a bit of a Chad. I've also done that myself. I've been going through the cars looking for food, and I've been just sniped, one-tapped by a player I was pretty sure was sat in the bus. I'm looking for signs of life. Dead zombies. Shit. Do you know what? I was just going to tell you as well, there are a lot of zombies that can be just inside the woods. You see how I ignored him then? Even though he's hitting me, I ignored him because I'd already hit the first zombie once. So I decided to put all my efforts into the zombie that had already been hit once, even though I took a slap in the back from the other zombie. It meant I was going to put the one zombie down quicker. Rather than doing alternating strikes, just put the one down quickest and then put your full attention onto the other. But yeah, I've just basically proved to you here why you've got to be careful not to get too close to the cars, because for some reason the zombies like to wander off into the woods. Now you'll want to probably, oh God, being interrupted by Mother Nature, yeah? You'll probably want to come more over to the right anyway, so that you can get into a bush. Remember to put your your stealth perk on, full-blooded. See, our hunting is pathetic. You'll probably want to get over here into a bush anyway and have a little scan at the tents, see if anyone's up in the sandbag structure. Be careful not going too far though, because zombies like to chill in this field like this one. The rain is our friend at the moment though. It is muffling, hiding, masking our footsteps. So when we eventually go down and to loot this area, it's going to be difficult for the zombies to hear us. The zombies that look very chill, if I'm honest. I would be shocked if someone was in there, but that could be the famous last words. The reason why I approach from this side, the left-hand side of the military, is there is a Humvee which can spawn loot, military loot, and I like to hit that up first. Don't be surprised if some little sneaky son of a gun is over watching from the top of the hill. If they've got a better scope than me, maybe they've got a hunting scope. So even though the military looks clear, don't be surprised if you get tagged by somebody up at the top of the hill. Unless you want to take the time to scope it out fully, which I didn't. We'll swap it out for the boots. Why not? And then what I like to do is get over here quickly, particularly when we've got the cover of the storm to mask our footsteps. Wait for your stamina to come back. Eyes on us, head on a swivel. Eyes on stalks. Always assume someone is just sitting under here sorting out their loot. And then we're gonna have to take some chances, like climbing these ladders. Universal flashlight. Always tab up here. I'm pretty sure that's been dropped by someone. I don't think that would spawn there in IJ Mag. Yeah, I would always tab. Especially when the weather's really dull, like this. Just tab around, make sure you don't miss any bullets or anything really nice. I'm seeing a lot of chill zombies, but I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm still raising the gun when I approach the tents, you know? We're getting a lot of, like, police loot down here, which is disappointing. I mean, I know I've got the rack, so it's good, but the 380 is nice, but it's not great, is it? You want a bit better when you've come all the way down to West Evacuation. They're pristine. I'm going to swap them. The other ones were worn. Pretty sure. But yeah, don't be surprised if you hear the crack of a rifle while you walk in between tents by someone right at the top there with a hunting scope. That's nice. Box of 545 for the SSG or any AK we might get. Smoke bombs, smoke grenades. I'm not interested in at all. This has been, apart from the 545, this has been woeful so far. Look at that buttstock thing. Oh my god. I mean, piss poor. It is. Check around the Humvee for anything. Looked like it was a grenade. Bandana. What's that? Oh, I thought I saw a gun then. Jesus Christ. Not the healthiest. We're basically going to retrace our footsteps. Retrace the path we took down here. Look at the rain is so heavy that zombie didn't hear us and we were right behind him. We want to head back the way we just come from. And we're looking to go inland then. We're looking to go inland towards Pavlovo. Or is it Polana? I always get them mixed up, Polana and Pavlovo. You know the one anyway. We're on basically going inland towards Zelenogorsk, but on the way, you've got the military that has a giant hospital at it. Half an hour in though, we're still unable to sleep because we're unable, well, I think now we can actually get a fire, because what happens with the box of ammo is it becomes damp, but as long as you take your damp gloves off, when you remove the ammo from the box, the paper remains dry, so we could use that as kindling. But can we get dry sticks indoors for the actual fuel? I don't think so. That's going to be a big problem. When we loaded in, it was dry. It was overcast, but it was dry. I should have given my character a 5-minute snooze. My fault. I haven't played it for a week. I forgot we were yellow sleep loading in. Schoolboy error. You can just go up the train tracks towards the Lenigors, but we're going to go the more traditional route. I'm looking to see if I can see anyone crossing the bridges, obviously. There's the one that people like to fish under. Stamina is still poor because of all the loot we're carrying, and we're soaking wet. Never helpful. There's a chicken there. I'm just going to take the 3 points for cutting the chicken up. It's grindy. It's wasting a bit of time, I know. Hopefully the rain will stop eventually. A little bit grindy doing that, but why not? It only gives us, what, 5 points maybe? Towards hunting. And it takes much longer than you would want it to. Especially with the bone knife. Look at this. Woo! I'm just going to use this opportunity to say, if you have made it this far through the video, you're in the minority. The average is about 15 to 20 minutes. But I think people do like watching the video in chunks. Not everybody watches it all the way through, an hour at a time. So let me know in the comments if you're one of those that watches it in chunks. And also, if you haven't already tickled the like button, it would be very much appreciated if you did so. What do you think about this as well? Do you think it's best to avoid the chickens, wait until you've got a gun that will put down cows, sheep, deer, and grind the hunting that way? Or does every point count, even if it takes a physical IRL couple of minutes to gut the chicken? I think that we were on 35 hunting. So let's have a look what we're on after this. Will we even pick up any replacement bones? We've got a stack of 10 still, so I'm not worried. We've got hooks for days. Well, for a while anyway. Look at this. This is poor. I think the bone knife is one of the worst. I think it would be quicker with a kitchen knife, steak knife, hunting knife. But I don't want to ruin them. Because I haven't got the perk, which means that we can go blasé with filleting. Someone pulling up outside on a motorbike now. Hopefully the noise gate of OBS is doing its job. Apologies if you can hear anything else other than the rain. But so far, this is another chill survival episode. The more we go inland, the more that is likely to be. Oh, look at that. Everything's ruined anyway. And we went from 35 to 47. Oh, we did gain 12 points then. So, what is that? 4 to 5 more chickens, and we could, in theory, get up to level 1 hunting just by killing chickens. And then maybe we can choose the perk that means our bullets do more damage. We're a more proficient hunter on the bigger for the bigger animals. We could then, even if we're not doing it for the meat, could just shoot animals for the sake of grinding the skill. It's an option. Very overcast episode as well. The deer that we shot earlier have run up the hill. I'm not chasing them. It was a waste of 2 bullets, but we did pick up a box, didn't we, down there? 545, so we're well up. But we're retracing our steps back to the next town, and that log cabin where I tried to make a fire before, I might try and make another one again if it stops raining. Because if we get to, I've said it so many times, but I'll say it again. If we start going inland, we're attacked by a group of wolves, and at exactly the same time we hit red sleep and we can't sprint, we're as good as dead. So we have to get some sleep before going inland. Even if it means me delaying the next episode. Because we need it to stop raining and we need the dry twigs for firewood. Bit annoying. I think, going off on a tangent, but while we're talking about it, if you're a regular player of Tertia or Intenz or hardcore DayZ servers, what is your least favourite part of it? Now, a lot of people will probably say the fishing, and I would agree to an extent. But I actually would go over the top. I'll see your fishing, and I'll raise you the sleeping. I find the sleeping is one step too far. A little bit, one step beyond, as Suggs might say. I don't see the point of it. What does it make you do? It gives you a chance to put your character in sleep mode in a bush so you can go for a piss IRL or make a cup of tea. I don't understand what it does for the game, the flow of the game, why it makes it any more hardcore than normal, if you like. I don't see the point of it. Other than people who are lazy, neglect it, and then they die to wolves or die in a gunfight because of it, I think if that happened to me, that would just piss me off even more and would make me not want to play the server. It's not the type of thing that makes me go, oh, great, I've got to sleep on this server. Oh, let's give that a go. I can't see why anybody would be enthralled by that. Whereas some psychos might think the fact that it takes half an hour to fillet a fish is a good thing. And they might say, oh, I'll have a bit of that. I'm one of those grinders. Maybe I enjoy a bit of escape from Tarkov and grinding Kappa. Along with the other great unemployed. What? Sorry, what was that? Catty. Oh my god, the rain is easing up. Yeah, I can see why people are attracted by the fishing grind. Psychos, what you are. But the sleeping, no. Unless you're a closet klepto. No, klepto is stealing, isn't it? In the comments. Narcocleptic? People who fall asleep anywhere. It's a condition. A condition. Why? Like, why would you enjoy that? I'm probably speaking from a selfish perspective here, that it might interfere with my precious recording. Oh no. First world problems. If this stops just for a second. Oh shit. I didn't see that zombie on the roof. She's not elbows up though. If you've seen me though, she will be elbows up now. I don't want to be crouch walking. This isn't even the cabin that I wanted to do the fire in. Doesn't necessarily mean a player bumped that zombie onto the roof. They can get thrown up on there by chasing animals or just being very glitchy in general. DayZ AI glitchy? Are you sure about that? I'd love to leave that zombie outside as a bodyguard if we do manage to get a fire going, but I don't think we're going to get a fire going. I think we may have to call the episode early and wait to do the next episode for Sunday after we've managed to get some sleep off camera. Another zombie on us. Karen's still going mad, is her? Oh my god, is this stopped? If we can throw our gloves down, we might be able to get some sticks inside and keep them dry now. I know it sounds ridiculous because it's just been pissing it down, so it should. They should be wet, shouldn't they? Oh my god, here we go. Look at this. Red sleep. Here we go. Look at this. We've hit the terrible... Yo, Zombo. Come on, idiot. We've taken the gloves off because they're soaking. If there's a player in here, we're dead. I wonder if the kindling has dried on the floor that we dropped earlier, the bark. But that's no good anyway if these sticks are not staying dry. See, look. Dry. That's still damp. Unbox the ammo. We need to do that anyway. Paper stays dry. And now we've got flares we can use, which would actually save more space in the inventory. But let's just try and get this fire going quickly. The fact that we haven't got a... Oh, we didn't get the fire going. That's great. The fact that we haven't got a lockpick means we would be massively vulnerable if we slept in this house, having just had a fire and given away our location to all and sundry. Finally. You can't sleep with your gun in your hand either, so if we hear the front door go in, we'd have to get up, draw our gun, but our eyesight would be so poor, we'd probably be then firing blind in the general direction of the doorway until our visibility comes back up. Do you know what I mean? I think by the time we cook 2 peppers, our temperature would be in the white, which would mean we could probably get our sleep up to yellow, and then we'll wait until we've got a plus sign or 2, and then we could try and get some more sleep in a bush with the buff still. Terrible place to have the fire because of the fact they can just go up on the hill and get us. But they cooked quick, didn't they? Hot food in our clothing will help us, actually. Yeah. Look at that. As soon as we hit white, straight into sleep mode. 3 arrows up, look, because we got a buff. Straight into yellow. Look at that. And I'm gonna risk it until I hear the peppers are done, or I hear the door go. If the door goes, we're dead. We can't open our eyes quick enough to get shots off accurately. We'd be spraying and praying, basically. You see, I think it'd be nearly doable. Nearly. Might as well cook these as well. Risking another few seconds of sleep. Just should the flies from the zombie we killed. Shit myself. This will be enough sleep to get us up into the tree line and find a bush to sleep more thoroughly then up to white chunked, or ideally full white moon. As long as we can sleep, basically. I'll do that in between the episodes if we survive this palaver. And then episode 8, we'll be heading inland for the first time in the save, really. There we go, a bit more sleep. See, gun out. Might as well eat the ones that have cooled down. And I'm not talking as much because I'm listening. Wringing these out is a risk, because it puts us in the animation, but they'll dry quicker in front of the fire, and we'll retain our heat buff longer. Plus it gives us a tiny percentile extra of stamina. I think we've got we've got a solid... No, we haven't got a solid plus symbol yet. It's still flashing. Here we go. We've got a solid plus symbol and we're working on the second. That's what I want to get before I leave. Oh, the fire's going out. Okay. We'll take some residual heat from the fire as it goes out. A little bit of residual. While we're waiting for that residual heat to go away, we'll eat a couple of these. See, that second plus symbol is still flashing. I ideally wanted it to be solid. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers. 5 minutes ago, we were red sleep. Looking like we were in a pickle. I'm going to fill my face. Unless we get the full stomach symbol, we don't want to throw up from overeating. But I just want to get it all down me, get it off the inventory. Oh, that plus is solid, so we're going. Always assume someone's ready to jump you because they've seen the smoke from your fire. I want to try and get to the tree line as quick as possible. There's the zombie we killed. And before I end the episode, I want to try and get us under a reasonably... well, get us in a reasonably safe location to continue sleeping. But I want to do this as quick as possible. So we've got as much of a heat buff under our belt as possible to get that sleep right up, so we haven't got to worry about that. Again, I don't want to be hitting red sleep again. That was a big schoolboy error on my part, not getting my character slept up in between episodes. But I think, as it stands, we might have got away with that. And we also managed to cook our peppers and get more nutrition from them, so there's that. See, people will hug this road, I mean, unless they know the map very well, like I do, and then they'll take the bushes either side. So you don't want to go too close to the main road when you're sleeping. But also, with a low population, like what was it, 25? It's probably filling up now as it's getting daytime in the server. You've got to be really unlucky if someone stumbles across you, like here. So we're going to put our guy into sleep. I'm going to call that for episode 7, a bit shorter than normal. Thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate every single like. If we can get to 100 again, it would be amazing. And episode number 8, we are heading inland for the first time during this series. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.